First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. We're hoping the weather cooperates with us. We'll get this done as quick as possible. My name is Warren D. Shields. I'm the Director of Food Services for Bridgeton Public Schools. This is a momentous occasion for us. We like to think that this is a big deal because this doesn't happen in Bridgeton too often. So we really wanted to make a big deal out of this and really celebrate the addition of this new greenhouse to the district. So without further ado, we'll get the program started. This is my first time introducing Dr. Jones. She has introduced me quite a bit and she does such a great job. Dr. Jones has always supported all the efforts that the Bridgeton Food Services Department has put on. And for that, Dr. Jones, I'd like to thank you. Again, this is another example of the vision that we brought to your office and you've supported. So Dr. Jones, would you come and say a few remarks, please? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is certainly an occasion that should be celebrated in the city of Bridgeton. As Mayor Kelly would say, the great city of Bridgeton. The Bridgeton Board of Education has an incredible mission, and that is to afford students multiple pathways to achieve their goals and their aspirations. Agriculture is one of the goals that some of our students are pursuing. We think it's incumbent upon each one of us to afford our students opportunities to participate in activities that will enable them to achieve their goals. I am so ecstatic, I'm elated about these opportunities that will be afforded to all of our students. Imagine having your own greenhouse where our students are going to produce their own fruits and vegetables. They'll have an opportunity to cultivate seeds, nurture those seeds, and watch them bloom and flourish. Not only that, they will have an opportunity to enjoy those seeds that become fruits and vegetables. I'm hoping that I'm going to be invited over here to eat some of those fruits and vegetables as well. So I want to thank Chef Warren D. Shields, who has done a stupendous job in our district, ensuring that he provides healthy and nutritious meals to our students. I also want to thank the Procacci family who's here. Can you just raise your hand and be recognized? Thank you so very much for investing in our students. We really appreciate each one of you. I'm going to reserve some of my remarks for our esteemed Board of Education President, Mr. Bethia. I'm sure he would like to say some things on behalf of the district as well. So again, thank all of you for being here today. Most importantly, thank you for supporting our students. I always like to share my mantra with people, and that is a quote that came from Jonathan Colzol, and he says, "I like to see the day when we do for all children what we do for our own." This is certainly something that I would want to do for my own children. I would like to see them produce their own fruits and vegetables and be able to enjoy them. So thank you so much for being here today. And again, I thank Chef D. Shields for all that he does for the kids and the families in Bridgeton. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. We're going to call up our board president, Mr. Edward Bethia. Mr. Bethia is also the Chief Operating Officer for Gateway Community Action Agency. Gateway, as you know, has 3 of these greenhouses, Mill Creek Urban Garden down on Mill Street, and this is something that they have helped us out with tremendously in putting this together. I went down and I looked at their model when they first put it up, and when Mr. Cummings came to me and said he had an opportunity for us to get a greenhouse and do something similar, it was something I really wanted to jump on and see if we could make it happen here in the district. So, Mr. Bethia.
Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of the Bridgeton Public Schools, I have one of my board members with me, Ms. Erica Mosley. Please stand. I don't believe I see anybody else. On behalf of the board, we want to congratulate Warren and his program for a wonderful opportunity to this is not only will they be able to grow fresh vegetables and fruit, but it's an opportunity for an outdoor classroom. It's a learning experience. And one of the things that we're trying to do with the district is provide multiple pathways for our students to learn. And a lot of times, you know, it's in theory, right? You just sit in the classroom and you look at it and you think about it, but to be able to put your hands in the soil, to put your hands on the actual product that you're growing, is going to be a tremendous acceleration to the learning process. So we're excited about that. On behalf also of the great mayor of our city, who my day job, he's my supervisor, so I got to say something about him. And Gateway, I see my director of innovative projects and food, Mr. Marcus Weaver. Could you also stand? Slight correction on Warren, just so you know, we're up to 5 greenhouses now on our farm. Marcus does a wonderful job. We're glad that we were able to help in any way we can, and we'll certainly be there to provide whatever technical assistance might be needed to go forward. So on behalf of the board, Gateway, and a lot of other hats, we say congratulations and keep doing good work.
Thank you, Mr. Bethia. In any process that goes on, there's a vision that is brought forth to the administration in Bridgeton Public Schools. And that process for the food service department starts with Mrs. Nicole Albanese, my boss. So she's the first yes in the process in order for things to happen. So Ms. Albanese, would you come up for some remarks, please?
Good morning. I want to thank Mr. DeShields for all of his work and his department as well for bringing this vision to me with the suggestion and the enthusiasm. I want to thank the Procacci family. I want to thank Dr. Jones, the high school staff, and the Board of Education for all of their support and ideas that we bring together. I think this is an excellent example of how the community, the school, how we all work together. Dr. Jones, Mr. Bethia talked about the multiple pathways. We talk a lot about how everybody contributes to the success of our students and to our community. This example shows how our food service department, our maintenance and facilities department, the high school curriculum, we all came together, the community, as a program to help our students learn, grow, and be engaged. So I thank you all for your support. I thank you for your dedication and commitment to Bridgeton and to our students. Thank you very much.
As Mr. Bethia said, Mayor Kelly could not be here today. He had to be in Trenton. He sits on the committee with the new governor, Murphy, so he had to be up there today, but he does send his well wishes for this project, as Mr. Bethia said. So right now we are privileged to have someone from the State Department of Agriculture come down and speak to us today, Ms. Beth Feehan. Beth and I met several years ago when we had a planning grant for Farm to School. And Beth will be the first one to tell you that we didn't do too much with it because I don't have a green thumb, but we tried. And Beth has done a tremendous job throughout the state of New Jersey to raise the awareness and get people to participate in projects like this for Farm to School. So Beth, please.
Thank you, good morning. You all just encapsulated what Farm to School is. It's stakeholders. It's stakeholder. I call it a healthy ecosystem of stakeholders. And your BA, your superintendent, your mayor, your community organizations, local businesses, facilities, students, teachers, curriculum instructors. That is what puts together a strong Farm to School program, because everybody does their part in that healthy ecosystem. You know, there are inputs, and if one drops off, then the whole thing doesn't fall apart. So you already have it going on. Next year, I will push more to have your school apply for the Farm to School mini grants and the Farm to School recognition program, where we try to highlight what schools are doing around the state in Farm to School. And we have greenhouses and gardens and taste test and farm field trips, and more schools are embracing this as part of the curriculum that already takes place in schools, where students are in a school garden but it's tied to their social studies class, or they're in a science class and it's tied to their STEM education. And it's hands-on, experiential learning that everybody benefits from, because you get a child to grow a green bean and they're more likely to eat it. You draw a picture of a green bean and tell a child that it's healthy for them, and they're not going to really care. So you're doing, you know, the heart of the work, especially by basing this in the food service. I'm housed within the Division of Food and Nutrition, where New Jersey is one of 4 states that administers the school lunch program. So housing this in the food service could not be a better place, and I just wish you luck. We're here to help you with the resources from the state, and congratulations.
Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. So this started about 2 years ago, Jonathan? More than that? Jonathan gave me a call, and he had talked to me about the garden that they had over at Indian Avenue School. And we were lucky to have a couple of their staff members who started that garden. And I went over and I took a look, and he said, we have more grant money to do more gardens, you know, in your district. So part of the grant money that Jonathan got for us, there are 2 raised bed gardens also at West Avenue School and Cherry Street School. I have pictures over there on the corner. The easels, they were blowing off because of the wind, but we'll have them up in the greenhouse so you can see. But as I was saying, Jonathan called me, you know, with the ideal, and we really couldn't do anything with it. I was a new director at the time, and I didn't have, you know, my feet under me so I could take on another project. But he was persistent, he was patient. He allowed me to see what this opportunity would be for us. So Jonathan and Laura Wallach, if you guys would come up and have some remarks as well, please.
It truly is a pleasure to be here this morning, and really is a testament to a bunch of different individuals and organizations coming together for the benefit of our students and for the community. So it's really a blessing for me to see that all come together. It's incredible to see. We started 4 years ago at Indian Avenue School, and with an idea, with a principal who was behind it. Carl came in and really helped push things along as the principal there, and I'm excited to see that he's the principal here now and can really help carry this along and help push it forward. But really want to thank Mark and Maria from Indian Avenue School for all of their work. They really, as teachers, have invested much time and effort into the lives of the kids that they work with, and are really a real reason behind this being here, because without the success there, we wouldn't have been able to write a grant to Laura and say, hey, look how well this has gone, and now we can move this forward. Let's do more because this went so well. So congratulations to you for all of your hard work and for all that you've invested in the kids. And to the, again, to the different organizations that are here that have made this happen. To the Procacci family, to New Jersey Community Capital. We've gotten donations from Lowe's, from Home Depot, from other community organizations here. Again, it's been a whole community effort to make this happen and to bring this about. And I'm excited to see the possibilities that we have for the kids in our community as a result. The possibilities for learning, the possibilities for sharing, for learning. Hey, they can tell their next door neighbor, you know what, you're out of fruits and vegetables. We can just walk down to the garden and grab some. I mean, that's what an incredible opportunity for them to have. So it's really exciting, and just thankful for Warren and his partnership in this, and really helping push it forward and making it possible. So thank you to everyone who's made this possible and who's really invested in this.
Sure. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me here today, and congratulations on this amazing project. I just can't say enough about the process that these guys have all went through to put together an actual plan and a vision. And as Beth had said, it really takes a lot of community stakeholders to really come together to pull a project like this off. And it's such a benefit, as you all know, for the children and for the entire community. And so we're just happy to be a part of it. Just as a way of a little bit of background, New Jersey Community Capital is a CDFI, which is a community development financial institution And what we do is we invest in both for-profit and non-profit organizations who are undertaking community projects similar to this and many other projects that we're supporting here in Bridgeton, and would love to do more. So on behalf of New Jersey Community Capital, again, I'd like to say congratulations on a job well done, and looking forward to coming back and getting some real hands-on pictures with the students as well. So thank you again.
So at this time, I'd like the Procacci family to come up, and Mr. Strubel, excuse me. I didn't want to just call you Lewis. So as a token of gratitude, we felt it best to have you walk away. To have you walk away with something that you could always remember this day by. As I said when I started, this is a big deal to us. It really is, because things like this don't happen too much in Bridgeton. And for you guys to show your generosity and your support for the Bridgeton Public School District is wonderful to us. I think what Dr. Jones and all the rest of the administrators and board members said is heartfelt in appreciation, and we really look forward to continuing this relationship that we've started with you guys. As Mr. Bethia said, this is an outdoor classroom. In the cafeteria, we like to think that the cafeteria is the biggest classroom in the school. So you've extended that cafeteria for us. And again, I won't read everybody's, I'll read yours, Mr. Procacci, and hopefully you'll have a couple words to say. Your generous donation of funding the greenhouse at the Bridgeton High School will provide the students with space where they can continue to grow and learn. We sincerely thank you, Bridgeton Food Services and Bridgeton Public Schools. Thank you, sir.
First of all, I want to thank our company, Department of Social Responsibility and Outreach, in the name of Lou Strubel and my daughter Gabrielle Procacci. They've done most of the work here. I may have a few ideas once in a while, but they do all the work. This idea grew out of my association with Harlem Grown in New York City. Tony Hillary is a former owner of a limousine company for stars. Ed Norton, Matt Damon, the Affleck brothers. He concocted an idea of creating green space in the middle of empty lots in Harlem next to schools. And this idea has proved that the reading level of all those schools is 60% higher than any other school in the area. With that idea, we had 3 greenhouses, and I prepared a statement. We are so thankful for this opportunity to partner with Bridgeton High School to provide their students with a real-life science experiment that teaches valuable skills and helps them to gain an understanding of where our food comes from. We hope that our donation instills in Bridgeton students a greater appreciation for agriculture, and that increasing their exposure to fruits and vegetables encourages healthy eating and lifestyle habits. The key word there is hope. We farmers live in hope. We hope, we put the seed in the ground, and we hope that we're going to make a crop. I think that teaching children hope and anticipation, the key word hope, teaches them a lot about life. We farmers say that I'm Italian, so I have an Italian reference here. Okay, we farmers all have the same boss, the boss of bosses, and her name is Mother Nature. We cannot escape that. We have a bond that is unique. I mentioned what we were doing today with my counterpart in Florida, my competitor in Florida, when I competed in Florida, farmers in Florida. He says, "What are you doing? Creating more competition for us? They're going to grow everything themselves. They're not going to buy anything." I hope that happens. I hope that happens. Again, the key word is hope. And thank you again to my associates, Gabrielle Procacci and Lou Struble. Thank you.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm not very good at these things. So we do have.
That's for my son.
This is for your son.
Yeah. He's farming.
Mr. Struble. And Ms. Gabrielle.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry. Jonathan and Laura, if you guys can come back up, please. So again, all of you, you've made this happen. We're very appreciative. We wanted to make sure that you could always remember this event. So thank you very much.
We hope that some of the students that work to learn in this outside classroom will someday join us in the ranks of farmers in the United States.
Thank you very much. So now we're going to have the ceremonial ribbon cutting. So Mr. Bethia, if you could come up, Ms. Mosley, Dr. Jones. The boots on the ground in this, again, as Jonathan said earlier, is Principal Delente. He is the new principal here at the high school, and he was very instrumental in what happened at Indian Avenue School. So having him here to help see this through is going to be wonderful, as Jonathan said. So Mr. Delente, if you could come up, if you want to say a couple words. I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I would like to say we've celebrated Mr. DeShields for everything he's done, but we did leave out his wife.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to say that Mr. Shields has worked hand in hand with Mr. Shields to get this project off the ground. But she went as far as creating a professional development for our science teachers to go over and see how the hydroponic system works and learn ways that we can take that education to our students here at the greenhouse. So quick round of applause for Mr. Shields, our supervisor of math and science. You know she's getting work. She always comes dressed to the nines, just like Mr. DeShields. But she came in joggers and a t-shirt one day and said, "Look, I got a PD going on over at a farm, so is it okay that I'm dressed like this?" It's absolutely. So she's very hands-on, she gets dirty, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. So I think he said enough, but again, thank you. And I just want to let everybody know this wasn't on my honey-do list. She didn't ask me to do this. So Mrs. Shields, if you could come up as well and help with the ribbon cutting. In any team, you have to have people that all come together and make this happen. Again, Marcus Weaver, you've been here in the last 3 or 4 weeks so many times helping out. If you could also come up and hold the ribbon as well, please. My wife has spoken so many times about everything that you've done to help put this together. And again, Mr. Bethia also acknowledged you as well. And to help us do this as well, my team in Bristol Food Services, I have my assistant director, Mrs. Jackie Murmur, and I'll talk a little bit more about Miss Allison Winslow. So if you guys can come up and get the ribbon ready, please. And I'm sorry, the first yes in the process, Mrs. Albanese. I'm going to use that one. So Mrs. Albanese, if you could come up as well. I'm sorry. Again, this is my first one. I'm excited. I'm just. See, I told you it's our first time.
We're going to start on 100. On 3. All right.
3, 2, 1. So, in closing, I'd like to ask Miss Allison Wenzel. She's our district nutritionist to come up and help me with the closing remarks. This has been exactly a year that Allison has been with us. And as I said earlier, when we had our farm to school grant, I don't know too much about growing. My beautiful mother, Peggy Trenton's here. Where you at, Mom? She has the green thumb in the family. My job was to bring the plants in and out of the house as the seasons changed. But Allison has done a tremendous job. When she interviewed with us, it was clear that gardening and fruits and vegetables is her passion. So we are very appreciative to have her on board and have her do the things that she's done. So Allison.
Couldn't have done this without the funding, so no matter how much passion we had, the funding was the key. So thank you again to Procacci Brothers, Revive South Jersey, New Jersey Community Capital. But without the funding, this wouldn't have happened, but also without the help of our Building and Grounds Department, Chuck Carter and David Zeck, for helping to organize all of our staff to not only install the water and electric here, but to also build our massive boxes over at Cherry Street and West Avenue. The students are super excited. They're out there watering every day. They're measuring the plants. They even staked out where each little seed should go. They measure it with all their rulers. So the kids are really invested in this, and I just want to thank everybody. There's a list of people in our maintenance department we especially want to thank for helping to assist in building this. Lou Lavari, Vicki McPherson, Edward Exel, Donald Hitchner, Seth Hitchner, Chris Tiltman, and Fred Horst. Without all their hard work, we wouldn't be standing here today. So thank you.
Thank you, Allison. So as we close, we're going to have a little chat and chew inside the greenhouse. I'll turn the fans back on so it cools off a little bit. But again, the Procacci Brothers Farms were wonderful in donating some of their wonderful tomatoes. They're famous, Santa Sweets. So we have several items for you to try today that are highlighted by their, we call it an ugly ripe tomato, their yellow cherry tomato, and their regular red grape tomato. So there's a lot of food in. We hope you enjoy. I'm sorry, there's one more person that I really need to recognize. I'm sorry. I am the director now for 2 years, but I've been with the district for 18 years, and the person who brought me to the district is here today to to help again celebrate this momentous occasion. I remember bringing so many ideals to her, and she would look at me like I was crazy. It's like that eyebrow thing. She'd raise her eyebrow and say, "You're crazy." But she always supported, again, the ideals and the vision that I had. And she's retired now and enjoying her grandkids. So Miss Marianne Bodine, thank you for coming. Mrs. DeShields had brought out her nutrition class. There are students in the back who helped put the hydroponic system together. So I want to thank you guys for coming out and being a part of this today. Thank you. I know some of you are seniors and you won't have an opportunity to see actually what's grown next year. But again, it's a community garden. We hope you come back and see how that classroom is flourishing next year. Marcus has put together some of the plants to see. It is operational now. We went live this morning, right, Marcus? Yeah. So as you chat and chew and walk around, you'll be able to see what we've done. I'm going to shut up now and allow you guys to go in and eat. But again, I'm very excited I'm glad everybody could come out, and I'm glad Mother Nature held up, Mr. Procaci, because we can't control that, and we're able to sit out here without being wet. So thank you to everyone. Enjoy, and have a wonderful day.
Environment where you'll have the animals coming in, there won't be any bother us too much.